We've got some Spawn figures. Let's get into it. That's right, welcome back all my fellow nerds and geeks. So I know in the last video I said I was going to get back into the Funko and the regular. I'm not a big action figure unboxer, but I got something really special today. Been waiting for this for a very, very long time. This box is very heavy as well. This is the Mcfarlane Spawn Kickstarter. So I only got the 2. I didn't get the artist proof. I did get it with an autograph. It was supposed to be here yesterday, but I got a little note on top saying that they put it on the wrong truck. My big concern with this is that there is a giant dent in the side. But from what I've seen from the unboxings of the past few weeks is that they are very well packed inside. So I'm hoping, because the box on these is really cool looking as well. This Kickstarter was done by Todd Mcfarlane for Spawn, if you guys don't know, and it broke numerous records. I think it hit its goal within the first, I want to say it was like within the first few minutes it already hit its goal, and it ended up making in the millions. So he was able to add a bunch of stuff into it. Due to the pandemic, there was lots of shipping issues and stuff, and delays, which is totally understandable with everything going on. There was a lot of people that were upset, but you gotta think it was his first ever Kickstarter. He's never done this before. Holy cow, these boxes are huge. So it looks like on that side where that dent is, it's looking promising that there might not be any damage on it, so we will see. But also with the shipping delays, these have been in the United States for almost a month now, just not being able to get off the truck. These boxes are super thick, actually. So, you can see, oh yeah, I'm dropping stuff out. So all 4 corners have these black plastic pieces on there, which is awesome. So from where that dent was in the box, it barely, that giant hole you saw barely even made it through that box. So this is the first one. And then it's going to take some getting out. So I will show you this really quick. This is the first box. They both look the same. Like I said, I got 2 in here. One should have a signature, one shouldn't. I got the classic and the modern Spawn. So I will jump really quick, get all these things unboxed to their actual the actual box they come in, not just the packaging boxes, and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, I am back. Wow, as far as packaging goes, awesome job on the packaging. They were individually boxed, each one. There was paper, there was cardboard on the inside of each box. The boxes are some of the thickest boxes I've seen anything shipped in, so definitely awesome shipping. So then when you get them out, they are also wrapped in white paper. So we will start with, I guess, just this one. So as you peel the paper off, sorry for the crinkling noise. So here's the outside of the box. So you see you've got the green Spawn, and then the one on the bottom is like an embossed green, and then on the side you've got the Spawn, and then we've even got, there you go, you can see it there, the black logo, and then it says down on here the 94 to 2021, and then yeah, on the top we've got that. So then this part slides off to reveal that. So I mean, the presentation on this is awesome, and he was very adamant on wanting to make sure that the boxes came clean, in good shape, not damaged. I mean, that's why they went all out on the wrapping. So that is awesome. As you can see, mine had some minor box damage on the outside. Actually, not minor, that was a pretty huge ding, and it showed up in great shape. So here we go for the first. Got the little tab to pull. I know there's some paper that's going to fall out. So there is that. We got a little certificate. So a little masterwork certificate. It does have an autograph down there, but that is just it's just a regular copy of an autograph. So it's not actually his autograph. Speaking of his autograph, so when you ordered it with the autograph, there was 4 different versions. There was, I think, a gold, a silver, a red, and a green, and they come on a really cool nameplate. If you got the 3-pack, you got the gold. If you got just the artist proof, you got the silver. And then the other ones, the green was for the modern Spawn, and then the classic was red. I don't know which one I'm going to get versus the modern or the classic, because I've got one of each. So I don't know which one I'll actually get the signature for. So we will see. Either one, the red or the green's awesome. I kind of lean towards the red just because that's one of my favorite colors. But we will see. So then inside of there, you get its little printout, which this is kind of cool. It shows what the original 94 Spawn had as far as articulation versus what this one has. The big complaint that is not on here, not listed, is that on the original 94 Spawn, the cape came off, and on this one it does not. So for me personally, there's a lot of complaints about it being a plastic cape and being rigid and all that stuff. For me personally, I think it looks awesome. I would never display it without the cape, because Spawn is, I mean, that his cape is, he's known for, I mean, he's not known for his cape, but that's one of his main features. So even this styrofoam stuff they have in here is really, really rigid and kind of hard. So let's see what we got here. So there we go. So it's going to be very hard to see this. I'm going to take it all out. We're going to see it all out. The great thing about this packaging and stuff is the way he designed this is it actually has a clamshell. So it opens up in the back. You can take everything out. So we will go through all that once I pull it out of here. So we got lots of accessories done up real. I mean, just the gun. So you got the gold, and I mean, just the paint job on this, and it feels really nice and sturdy. Just feels really, really cool. So, and I'm sorry, this is gonna be another long video. There's just a lot to go through with these figures. So this is something we didn't know about we were getting, is a little knife here. So these ones, they tend to be a little bit bent, some of them. Some are more than others. Mine doesn't look too bad, actually. So the necroplasm, if I can get it out of here without. So this is another piece that will go. It's got a little thing here to go into his hand, so it'll just slide right into his hand. I'm trying to find a way to find some like printable files for this necroplasm so that I can make some, because I've got some green filament, some green resin that I can do that I think would look really cool if I could make some little other stuff, because there is some other things that if you got the artist proof, you got a different version, something that was in his hand that like glow. That was the only thing that I really missed out on. So then there is a separate head. So, and there was, the way that the heads go on is it's actually got 2 pieces of articulation. Oh, it's the head on the neck will move a little bit, not very much on this guy, but then on the bottom of the neck is where it actually does all the tilting and stuff. So there was a complaint about that. But for me personally, I like, once I get these things posed, I don't move them around a lot, so it's not a huge deal breaker for me. So then pulling this thing out of here, like I said, there's just so much foam and everything in this. I don't know, I thought there was supposed to be a sword with both of them, so I have to look and see, because sometimes this stuff is poked inside and behind. It doesn't look like it. Maybe this one doesn't. I thought he came with a sword as well. So maybe he didn't come with a sword. I'll have to look into that, because I thought that they both came with the big swords. So I know that I have one in the other pack, but like I said, with the way that everything came and the way that you get certain things with certain parts and certain ways, I I have no idea. Wow, this thing's really, really heavy. So here we go with the modern Spawn inside the package. It does come with a comic book in the back. So, like I said, very, very collector friendly. I wish more companies did stuff like this, because I do like to take my stuff out and look at it. I know there's some people that say it lessens the value or whatever, but I didn't buy this for value. I bought it because I really thought it was going to be a cool figure, which from the reviews I've seen, it is a really cool figure. There are some complaints about it, but for me personally, I think it's amazing. So here we go. We've got the comic book. This is the modern. Each one has its own little cover, and I think on the inside all of them are black and white. I'll look at that when I get closer to the end of this video. I'll pull one out and look at it. There went the plastic. So that was just the clamshell itself. So my big complaint with this, which I didn't realize, is that when you buy the modern Spawn with the set, is you don't get a modern, or you don't get a classic head. You don't get the masked head. It comes with just the one. I wonder if this got tape on it. It comes with just the one head. Nope, it does have tape on it. So I was hoping that it would have both of them displayed with the head on them, so that I could, because I mean this head is really cool. Don't get me wrong. After I've kind of grown to like it after seeing the pictures of it and stuff. But most of my Spawns, you can see I've got most of my Spawn stuff behind me right now, just kind of out on display. Is that I just really like that the head. I really like the mask look. So. But this will be kind of nice if I display these both out by them next to each other. There's just, I mean, just the packaging stuff just keeps coming. There's just a ton of packaging. There's no, looks like little, oh, there's some little ties inside there. So, oh wow. So I mean, even inside of here, there is foam inside of every little piece of this thing. So here is the figure with the cape, and the cape has hinges on it, so it can hinge, open and closed. Like I said, that was one of the complaints that people were having, is that it should be like a cloth cape, but let me just look at the way this thing flows and the paint on it and the way they, I mean, it's just, it looks really, really cool. So you can see the head here. So with this, it also has all the chains on here, actually real metal chains, which is another really cool. That was another add-on that he did. And they're patinaed different colors, so this one will be different than the other one. There's just a whole lot to this guy. So let me get this other one. Let me get it fully out of here and then I'll come back. Okay, so I am back again after kind of messing with this guy a little bit, kind of doing some posing, seeing what I can do and can't do with him. So here we go with the, I've got the gun in his hand. He's got the necroplasm there. So the one thing that I found, so one of the big complaints is the body, is that it has like a natural curve. It doesn't just go straight up and down. His head, this head right here, is only the neck joint. It doesn't have a head rotation, so he pretty much always has to look off to the side. So you can't get him, and if you do get him to kind of look straight, there's a huge gap right inside here that you see. So other than that, everything else about this figure is awesome. The cape itself with the hinges and stuff is really, really cool. I don't, like I said, I don't mind this. It does make it super, this thing is super, super heavy. Regular, I mean, as far as articulation goes, aside from the head, everything else is pretty regular. You got the double jointed knees, single jointed elbows with I have noticed that some of the wrists are a little loose on them, but not horribly bad. But just the detail is absolutely crazy. So, like I said, these were more built. It seems like he is more about the aesthetics of things and more of the look versus the actual movement and motion and all that stuff, and the joints, which is fine. I'm totally okay with that, making it look like a statue. My concern with this right now, I don't mind the chest thing. It doesn't really bother me. The head does, though. I wish the head was kind of more rotated so that I could, because now he just looks like he's naturally looking off to the side. So you kind of always have to have him looking that way. Like I said, I was a little leery on the head when I was like, oh man, I really would like to have the regular Spawn. But the detail on this thing is pretty freaking cool. But as you can see there, there's no articulation in the head. It's just that neck piece. But just the detail, you can see his skull through there. Definitely really, really cool. So, snap that guy back in there. So like I said, you can kind of get it to go straight, but if you do, it looks really weird in the neck area. It was really only meant to be put on there one way, kind of looking to the side. So he'll be kind of posed off to the side, probably aiming his gun and his neck or whatever. So we'll put this guy back here. As far as standing goes, his cape is so large that it kind of holds him in place a little bit. So let's get into this other figure. So this is the classic. This is the one that should have the sword, should have the regular Spawn head, and then so same thing. It's got the red there. You've got the embossed one at the bottom. You've got the red Spawn on the side, and then the black. So again, I'm sorry, this video is going to be another long one. So sliding that off, you get the red box. All the paperwork, same paperwork, letting you know what is and isn't articulated, what the original one had. And I actually do have an original one right here. It's still in the package, but I can kind of show you them side by side. All right, so there we go. We've got our nameplate in this one. So when you open this one up, we've got the nameplate there. Holy cow, the lights are just not in my favor today. So there we go. That is super cool. I love the display aspect of this. It looks so freaking cool. Even the back. So yeah, I was, like I said, I'm glad I got the red one. I am a big fan of red, so it definitely fits in. The green one would have been great too. But, alright, so the only difference here is a couple different weapons. Like I said, I thought that you got the sword with both of them, but I guess not. So you get this giant sword. Maybe. There we go. And the end of this comes off to slide his hand. Maybe it comes off. I know it comes off, but it doesn't want to come off right now. There we go. So the end comes off so you can just slide it into his hand. And then you get this, which this is a throwback to the original weapon that came with the original toy. So that is super cool. And like I said, I'll show you that when I show you the original that I have. And then you get a screaming hamburger head or something. I think that's what they're calling it. The last one was the shoelace head. This is the hamburger head. So you can see the green inside there, inside the mouth. The eyes, just, I mean, they did such a great job painting this thing. You can see just all the detail in there is just awesome. So again, we got the little necroplasm and another one of the swords, the knife. This one's very, very bent. So, but I don't think those will be displayed very much with these figures. It was just kind of one of those add-ins. And there we go with the classic. You can see how big this thing is. So really quickly show you what the so you got the classic here and then the original classic here. So you can see massively taller, massively bigger, way thicker. I wish this did have the clamshell so that I could actually open it up, but you can see there, my weapon is actually fallen down, but you can see it's got that little weapon on the bottom there, kind of throwback to the one that I just showed you. And yet again, we get another cover there to go with it. And I believe the insides are the same. They're the black and white. I'll have to look just to double check. Really quickly, I had to jump back in here because I realized I forgot to show you the inside of the comic book. So it's got this really cool sleeve that it comes in, protects it pretty well. It's got some of the original toy figures on the back. And then I looked at both of them. They are all the same inside. So it's just kind of a black and white. And then it has a little version of the original Spawn cover there. The original #1. Which I think it'd be cool to have the original #1. I'm sure it's probably worth quite a bit. But inside here there's lots of just stuff about the show and about all kinds of stuff until it actually gets into the comic book on the inside. So lots of different art and different stuff, but it's like I said, it's all in black and white. I've never seen the original, so I don't know how exactly the original is done. So, but I just thought it was cool. Nice little add-in. It's very thick, very, very heavy. So that is it. Get back to the video. And I forgot to mention this, is that the little stickers on there are kind of like what they had with the original Spawn. He was all about the little stickers and stuff on the front cape covers. Oh, so you actually get a different style gun in this one. That's cool. So yet again, pulling all the stuff out, you can see here he is with all this stuff. So I will come back in just a second again with him completely out of here and ready to move around and look at. Okay, so I've got this thing out of the package. So you can see here, this one is a little bit easier to see the bend in the torso versus the other ones because it's got the white in there with the red. So you can kind of see that bend there that people were not super happy about. But for me personally, like I said, once I get this thing all displayed, it's going to look great. The chains, so they're both the patinaed look. With this one, he does have, his head does have a lot more motion, lot more rotation. I wish they would have went with that on the other one so that we can get like that front pose. It still does have the gap under the neck. I don't think we're really going to get away from that, but like I said, once you get him posed up, get him in there, it's going to look great. So just looking at, same thing with the cape. The cape is all the same. Just the patina and the dirtiness and the look of this is just amazing. You can see there just in his face the way they did that. With the hands too, you can really see. So with the classic, you get the red hands, which is cool. They are different. So you get the red ones with all the different. You can see the dirtiness to it, so it looks really cool. But then with these ones, it's got like the black with the red highlights. So let's go ahead and swap out the hands here. We can put the sword in one. Like I said, they just snap right out, snap right in. My only concern with it is that they are a little loose. Not horribly bad, but definitely have a little bit. So I'm going to swap out these two. So, and the guns are different, which is cool. So you can have him, you know, Spawn is known for his capes, but I mean, he always has big guns and crazy. So, I mean, that is kind of cool that you can have multiple guns. I don't want to break it, but it's just like so. I just love how big this sword is. There we go. So there's the sword. And then that does not actually go in the circled hand. So There we go. You've got him with his massive sword. And you can kind of see, so I've got the Mortal Kombat spawn here. So you can kind of do like a comparison. And he's got a couple different weapons because there's like 3 different versions of this guy that came out. So you can see here, he's got the axe and then the sword, but you can see the difference in the sword there, size-wise. I mean, they're way, way different. So definitely the detail on that sword is so freaking cool. But this was actually, I love this spawn. This figure. This is from the DC McFarlane, or the Mortal Kombat McFarlane line, and this was the first one that I picked up as far as spawn figures go. But really, really cool. That's what people were saying, you know, why didn't you go with like kind of the same build on this body as you did with that one, because it did come out so well. But to be honest, I think that looks freaking cool. So I'll show you the gun here, wherever I put it. Here it is. So here's the gun that came with the classic. So you can see it is a completely different build of a gun from the modern there. Oop. So yeah, just amazing, these 2 figures. So you can see them together there. And then I will swap out and put show you the screaming head, which that's another one that is pretty much articulated one way, and that's the only way that it will it'll go, and it is very hard to get in. See, but even with the screaming head, it actually is a little bit more forward than the other one, but you can still see the gap in the neck. So and I think that is it. I will do a quick little comparison. I'll shoot some pictures of them with the other figures in the line. I wanted to show this off. I know I've shown this off before, but this was one of the first prints that I did that kind of got me in this spawn kick. Is I 3D printed and painted this. This was the first thing I really fully painted, and so it kind of got me in this big spawn kick. Started picking up some Spawn figures and some Spawn, and then once McFarlane started releasing these new Mortal Kombat figures with the Spawn stuff and the DC line and all that, it was pretty much super cool. I even got these little weird McFarlane, I forget what the heck they even call these things, but there was a couple of these made that I got. So yeah, that is it. Like I said, I'll take a few pictures of these, and other than that, thank you for watching. I know this is going to be another long video. I really apologize, but thank you for sticking in there to see all the figures, see all the stuff. I know I'm not big into the articulation and movement. I'm not great at showing off figures just because it's not something I really do a whole lot of. I do love the figures, but it's a lot harder to articulate them. I may change that in the future if I start doing a lot more figures, but I think that's it for this video. So please don't forget to like, subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram at Nerdsmithing, and as always, don't forget to stay awesome, people.